Good evening, everybody. Lovely to see you all here. I'm just having a look. Good evening to Mrs. C. I see you're here. That's lovely. Joe, Sue, Eunice, Sam, another Sue, Anita, June. Hi, June. Stella, Shirley, Karen, Linda. Lovely to see you all here, because we have got, I think, almost the best week of the month. And it's the first one, so that's a good start. It's the February card kit. So every month we have a card kit, which we launch on the first Sunday of the month. Now, for people that subscribe to the card kits, they heard all about it on the last Sunday of the previous month, just to pre-order, and there's us all on their way, but I still have some left over. So if anyone would like one, now's the time to see it. I have got lots of things to tell you as well, but I'm going to be telling you that as we're going along. I'll show you what is involved in all the kit in just a second, but just to remind you that if there are anything that you would like, any items that you would like today, that's where you need to go, maximumcrafts.com. So we've got the February card kit, and that features the Maximum Crafts stained glass background die, which is this one. Bring that in to show you. So it's a really nice size. It's 14 centimeters, so it's a nice big size, fits beautifully onto either a 6-inch card or a 7. And it is so versatile. It can be used for anything. I've used it for a particular spring type card, but it can be used for a masculine card or any occasion card. It's really handy. Now, it is exclusive to this this card kit. So if you've got it here, great. And if you haven't, I'm afraid it isn't available anymore after today. So what we've got left is what we've got left, but it's a beautiful die. So we're also included in it is a frame that's cut from the Square 7 Easy Frames. You've also got Pastel Ombre card pack, which is available separately, and the Deco Large in Full Bloom. That's going to be available to order if anyone would like any on Wednesday, because I've got a really lovely card to show you. So if you like the style of this one in terms of the decoupage sort of stuff that goes with it, then that's where to go to on Wednesday, which will be the 5th of February down here at 6 o'clock. So let's show you what you've got in your kit. So in your kit, you will receive a little pack like this. You'll receive a pre-cut 7-inch easy frame. You've got it cut in satin gold, and you've got it cut in white, which goes onto the top there. And you've also got the waist of this one to go with it as well. So you've got the waist of the gold. You've got a 7x7 card blank and envelope. Now, the designs of the flowers vary. There are 12 different designs. I'm going to show you some in a second, but there are 12 altogether, so they will vary. And I've tried to mix and match them so that they go with the pastel ombre card. So this one is sort of a green to yellow version. You'll also get a sheet of your satin gold card, and then you will get a sheet of your Deco Large flowers. And as I said, they will vary. So this one is Snowdrops. Show you a couple more in just a second, but you will get a variety, and hopefully they will coordinate with your ombre card quite nicely as well. Okay, so let me just show you what you're aiming for. And and you've also got, and I think it's attached, you've also got one of your sheets, which is from one of the Trim Me Happy Birthday sheets in gold. And you'll have one of those, which you may or may not wish to use, but I will show you the whole caboodle, and then you can make up your mind as to whether you would like to use yours or not. So let's put that to one side and just show you what we're aiming for. So here are 2 samples. So this one, I'm not quite sure what you would call it really, that flower, to be perfectly honest with you, but it's very pretty. So this is one version. You may get that, the pinky flower, or you may get, now I know that is a magnolia. You've also got primroses, daffodils, tulips, all the springtime flowers, snowdrops, pansies, a beautiful sort of peony, really pretty colours. And almost, if you didn't want to go for a huge amount of layers, almost enough for 2 different cards out of these. So you've got quite good value for money. You have only got one of these samples, so you will just sort of see some random ones being posted, hopefully. But I will show you them all versions on Wednesday. So let us first bring in our pack and let us make up some of the bits and pieces. So I need my card blank, so I get that one out. And I need to start off with, I need my frame. And I have cheated a little bit because I've taken my gold piece and I've already cut out one of my frames. So this is what we are going to do with the gold piece. We're going to just simply pop our frame down and cut it out, and obviously all of these little bits will fall out, and that's what we need to save. Okay, so that's going to go straight onto here. So let's assemble this bit already. So I'm just going to put this easy frame together. So this is actually, this frame, when I say it's a 7, it is a 7, but it's actually the outside of the plain squares and the inside of the scallop stitch. So it's a combination of the two, because that's what I try and do, is make all of the easy frames that are square and rectangles and things. I try to make them so that they do all mix and match with each other, so that you have not just got one set. So if you can see there, you've got the plain on the outside and the stitched on the inside. So I'm going to pop some foam onto that, and then that bit is all ready. So you don't have to put foam on it, but it does look nice with it. So if you have got some foam at home and you're going to treat yourself to the kit, I would strongly recommend that you put that on at this stage. Now there's going to be a fair amount of texture and whatever with the decoupage, so I wouldn't think it's necessary to do any more than that. No other bits and pieces needed. Oh, sliding about because I'm onto a, that's better. So I'm not going to peel that off at the minute. I'm just going to leave that to one side. Okay, so then I'm going to bring in my card. Now we decide then whether we want a top folding or a side folding. I think I'm going to do a top folding for a change. So I'm going to position my frame straight onto my card, and I'm just going to simply glue that down. Okay, now while I am gluing that down, I will apologise to the people that I should have been seeing yesterday for an in-person workshop, because unfortunately I had to cancel at the last minute, and I hate doing that. I hate letting people down, but unfortunately, what with everything else on top, and thank you for all your good wishes about my dad, he is doing a little bit better at the moment, so hopefully that will continue. I went down with a stomach bug. Oh my goodness me, not good. I do not recommend that one, and so unfortunately I had to cancel that one, but we will still be doing that class next month, I'm afraid. So oh I got sticky on here. That was a good start, wasn't it? Shall we put it back on again? Do not have sticky on your surface and then try and stick it like that. Not a good move. I won't turn it over this time. There we are, it's done. So I've got the top folding up the top, and I've got my lovely stained glass there. And if I just bring in my frame, you'll see that that's going to sit on there quite nicely already. Okay, but I want to make it look pretty inside, so I'm going to now take my ombre card, and I think I'm going to go to more the sort of greeny side. So all the ombre, it shades from one colour to another. So I'm going to put it in about there, I think, and tape that down because I want to be using all these little pieces. So I'm just going to run that through my machine. Oops. Now, when you do the gold one, or when you did the gold one, you could, of course, save all these pieces that fell out of here and use them for another session as well. So it almost makes two cards, as I said, which is good. I am better today, thank you, Julia. Just a bit washed out, really, but I'm all right. I'm all right. Right, now let's carefully take these pieces out because we're just going to paper piece these back in. So now I can't decide, we will decide in a minute whether I do want the large one in there or not. Not 100% sure on that one. So we will wait and see. And let's just see. Oh, I was hoping that I might be able to pick them out like that. Now, they're quite big pieces, so they're really easy to paper piece back in. Or alternatively, if you're not a paper piecer, if you don't like paper piecing, you could actually cut out a square 14 by 14 of the card and just place it behind. But it does give a really beautiful effect, I think, of almost quilting, would you say, if you paper piece. So that's my preference. But as I say, if you're not into paper piecing, simply cut out a piece of card that is 14 by 14 and you can sit it behind it and you're done. Now, because I've got the frame on there, you will see that there are some little tiny bits, and do them if you want, but they don't show. So it really does seem a bit of a waste. Now, you will, of course, end up with another frame already cut out as well. So you can keep that one, and I'll show you a card that I did before with one of those as well. So I'm now going to go back in for paper piecing. So I'm going to put some glue into each of the pieces and then just slot them back in where they go. So I'm not putting masses of glue on it because otherwise it'll squelch over the edge. And as I said, the ombre card, if you're interested in that, comes as a pack of 12 and has got the different sizes, 2 of each, different shades, I should say, which just work out very, very nicely for it all. Let's just pop these little bits back in here. Oh, get it around the right way. Wrong one. Any good at jigsaw puzzles? Yeah, I missed my workshop yesterday. I was so looking forward to seeing everyone again because we haven't met up since Christmas. But needs must, eh? Now let's see if I got that round the right way. Don't know that I have I? Is it that one? It should be, shouldn't it? We'll check that one in a second. I told you I'm no good at jigsaw puzzles. But I can do the big bits. It's like I can, with jigsaw puzzles, I can do the bits at the end as well, and the corners and that. Do the straight lines. And then I come unstuck. Now I'm going to leave that one at the second because I'm not quite sure. Not quite sure whether that's got to go in that side. I'm not quite sure whether I want to put that colour on or not. Got them round the wrong way. And you can see that I've missed out these little bits mainly because they don't show, but equally you could do them if you so wish. And certainly if you weren't going to be using the frames, that just finishes it all off. Now, I haven't stuck that big bit down now because I'm going to see. Let's bring in my decoupage. So it's very delicately cut, as it should be, of course. Just prizing that out. Now, let's see what we think. So I can either put them onto the centre there with the greeny coloured background, or leave it with the white one. What do you think? I'll wait for it to catch up. Is it different to the online? White one, green, white one, green. I think the white one, personally, I have to say. It looks as if the jury's out on all of it, doesn't it? But I think for me, let's just try with that on the top as well. Does that make any difference? I'll try it with that. Yeah, I think white. I think that lends itself more. Once I put that there, looks all in keeping. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So I could actually put this in place. So let's put that in place. Yeah, it does tie in with the frame, doesn't it, Marjorie? I think so as well. It's funny, isn't it? When you think it will look like one thing and then you add the final touch and it makes it look... It's like when I first started sampling it, I thought, oh, that looks nice on its own. But then when I put the frame onto it, so I've just taken the backing off, put an extra bit of glue on there, and then I'm just putting that into place over the top of my card like that. I best just check. Yeah, I've still got the top folder there, because you know what it's like. And so I think it's always a wise thing, isn't it, to go straight to the, as much as you can, see what it would look like at the final offing. Now, I'm not going to put any foam on this very back piece here, because I'm going to start layering it up. And as I said, when you look at these, you can see that you have got masses of layers. If you really wanted to, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 layers. And some of them are so delicate to see that they're a separate layer. But that really depends on if you happen to be a decoupage queen or king. So let's just remove some of these pieces. When you look on the back of them, you'll be able to see what has got to come out and what's not got to come out. That little bit there. If you look at it, all of the flowers, oh, I've got to be so careful, don't want to rip it. I can rip the back of it. All of the flowers have got like a gold, I don't think you can see that. Can you see like a little gold line around it all? And I think that lent itself to the gold around here. Love snowdrops. I have seen some snowdrops last couple of weeks. So I'm going to do that one, and I think I'll do this one as well. I won't go too mad, because I got other things to show you as well, what I've done with some of the other things. So you can go as mad or as not mad as you like, but the quality of these die cuts are quite superior. They are very thick, 300 GSM quality. So they really give a good quality card. Didn't like that bit to start off with, did I? So I'm not going to go in for all those little bits, but as you can see, I think that if you were to put that one, and that one together, you'd almost have enough for another card there, really. So, but I'm just going to do 3 layers. So I'm going to pop some silicone glue, or you could do foam pads, whichever you prefer. The 1mm foam pads for this sort of thing, if you want to go with all the layers, is ideal, really, because the blobs that I put on here are clearly more than that. And we will like to see all of what you're going to be doing later on. Now, I think I saw a couple of people saying that it's already sold out, which I'm afraid to say, oh, there's a piece there I didn't pick out. That does mean that's it for these ones, because I can't get any back in again until the middle of March, which clearly is really a bit long. I'm going to put that layer there and then this one. Just make sure I have got all the bits out now. It's brilliant, really, but I'm just having to get more and more, and even then they all go. But you know what it's like. You've got to try and judge what it is that people will like. And I wasn't sure whether you would. I love it, but that's not always a good judge, is it? So blobs on there, although, as I said, ordinarily little foam pads are probably a jolly good idea for these ones. So just turn that over and then line that up. I'm not sure if Kaz is watching from her hospital bed, but if she is, get well soon, Kaz. Now, let me show you if I can. Hopefully I can. Can you see that? It looks beautiful. As I said to you the other day, I wish you could all be here in real life to see just how lovely that looks. It really is lovely. Very, very pretty. Now, I've got a little something left over from something else, just a little tiny with love thing. So I'm going to stick that down there. And then that's going to go into the centre there. So I've stuck that. But that's from my own stash. That's just something that I had. Now, I don't want to lean that over. This card that was left over from the insert inside of the square 7 cut out from here. I've given you a sheet, and I just thought that you may wish to put an insert in, and it again uses up all the pieces that were used. So with all of these, they're the same. They are called Trim Me sheets, and you simply choose whatever size card or insert that you want and cut it down using the guidelines on the back. So I'm going to go for the guidelines using a 4x4. So I'm just going to cut, whoops, take that out so it slides along. So 4x4. So I've cut one side. Now that's 4x4 again. So just bring that in. 4x4 again. And then finally 4x4 again. Those bits are all rubbish. And then when you turn that over, you will see that your sentiment, your insert, your verse is exactly in the middle, which is exactly where you want it to be. Fits perfectly onto our square and then fits into the middle of the card. And it was just a case of when I'd cut out all of the frames and I thought, oh, it's such a shame to well, not throw I wouldn't have thrown the bit of card away, the gold bit, but I thought, actually, you know, that just finishes it off beautifully. So when I carefully, because that's not completely set, when I carefully open that up, I'm just going to stick that into the middle of my card. And it's done. As I said, you could, if you don't want to put the inserts are all randomly chosen, and if you don't want to put the one that you've got, just put an ordinary piece of white card cut to 4 inches by 4 inches. That's fine as well. Or of course leave it completely blank, whichever you prefer. But I think it makes a beautiful card. Let me just bring in the other two, as I said. So this one's the snowdrops. Then we've got the magnolia, and that I did leave the card in at the back. And this one I didn't. And that's the primulas, maybe. To be honest, they look like geraniums type of thing. But you wouldn't have geraniums in the spring, would you? But anyway, they're very lovely. Could even be a blossom of some sort, couldn't it? But equally lovely. As you say, all beautiful. Now, I said that I had some left over. So let me just show you what I did. So as I said earlier, you will have from your frame, from the ombre one, you will have that cut out, which I thought I'll use that. And I've made it into very much a masculine card. So I've taken a piece of paper from a pack that I had, which is sort of like a peachy colour. And this frame was a peachy colour. That was from this one. So it's the offset from here. And this is a frame that I had made up because I wasn't sure which way around to do it. I've just put a sentiment down at the bottom, and I made it into a bit more of a masculine card by just putting a good old bottle of red and a glass of wine there. So you can mix and match, and it doesn't have to be with flowers. It could be anything. You could even just in that corner segment there, just put a sentiment, which also would look very, very nice. So there we go. That is our, well, this is our card for today, but just goes to show what you can also do with it, with all of those bits and pieces there. So chuck that all out the way. As I said, I'm afraid that if they've gone, they have gone. Just reading through. Yeah, hopefully they've all the cards, all the card kits have gone out today to the people that are actually signed up. So I'm sure they will be with you very, very soon. Okay. And I also wanted to just remind people that today I've also got round, as I said, life has been a bit hectic. I've just got round to doing the workshop dates for everybody that are past attendees, and I've also sent out the link for the February workshop, which is February the 22nd, Thinking Day, of February. And I just wanted to show you what that's going to be. So let me just get these out of the way. So, because there's so much to show you, isn't there? Hold on, I'll put them to one side up there. I'll bring them back in again. So this is the thing that we're going to be making at the next online workshop. It is only available just at the moment to the people that are already been with us before, but I'm sure there will be a few places left. But just to be able to show you in real life, it is a gorgeous box frame, and this is the beautiful die set that you will get, which is the heart frames, heart easy frames. There's a set of 3 dies that make up this little selection, and that's going to be included in your pack, plus all of the bits and pieces, plus your bits and pieces here, and the way that it stands up, which is on the back. Whoops. Like a little stand here. Now that means nothing, does it? Some of them are square, some of them are rectangle, but that is what we're going to be doing for our next online workshop. As I said, keep an eye out in the next few days if you're interested in it, or drop me a line if you're interested and you're not on the workshop email send out, which I have sent out today. If you think that you should have received one and you haven't, look in the good old spam box and all the rest of it. But also, if I do tend, I have realized now that if I tend to put in a picture, an attachment, which is what I have done, if you haven't saved the address that it comes from to a safe address, it will say, we're not delivering it. So if you think you should have received one, if you were with me in the last few workshops, drop me a line and I will sort that out for you. Okay, so that is for February the 22nd, but let's not get too carried away with that, because I just love that. I love that. And I do think that that could be for actually male, female, thinking of you, get well soon, happy birthday, best wishes, anything you like, really. So, and a more versatile die you couldn't have. So that is it for today. I will be back on Wednesday, as I said. Let's bring in this again. That's where you need to go if you need any of the bits and pieces. A Wednesday at 6 o'clock. And as I said, I'm going to be using this range again. So you will get to see many more of them with a really beautiful card fold, which is just fab. Folds flat, but it's really got another wow to it. So I'm going to be using this range, not the stained glass, but this range. So I look forward to showing you that. And thank you very much for joining me today. Take care, have a good week, and hopefully I'll see you on Wednesday about 6 o'clock. Until then, take care. Thank you very much. Bye.